I have returned. Now you may be wondering what I am on about. However, about a year ago, I believe, can't be too sure about that, I did a stream for a Pokemon challenge video, and this 16-minute video is the first video where some actual gameplay is being done. As in the stream, I kind of spent an hour basically just doing the tutorial of the game, which is a lot for this game. I would also say that you can watch the stream of on my YouTube channel. However, it got deleted and I don't know how. But anyway, this is Pokemon Platinum, but only using Generation 3 Pokemon. I hope that you enjoy, and leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it really helps me out. To do just a little recap, during the stream, I got my starter, which I decided it was going to be a Wurmple, and you may be wondering how did I get the Wurmple, but during this randomizer, I decided to change. Well, this randomizer software, to clarify, I decided to change the Turtwig for Wurmple so that our rival would get a Chimchar, which would be pretty difficult for us to fight at the moment with Wurmple. And so that I could also, start this challenge with a Generation 3 Pokemon. I also went to the first city that you go to right before the first gym, and I also evolved my Wurmple into Silcoon. Afterwards, I decided to try and find some more Wurmples to help me out. As if you don't already know, but the only Generation 3 Pokemon that you can get right now is Wurmple, and the first gym's a Rock type. And we can only get Bug type Pokemon. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Anyway, after some long training, I managed to evolve some of my Pokemon. But unfortunately, the first evolution was another Silcoon. Which, yeah, great. I'm not too happy about that. But we did evolve our starter Silcoon into a Beautifly, which is great. And then straight afterwards, we also got a Cascoon as well. This is incredible, as now we have both of the only Pokemon that we can get before the Rock Gym. Every time I think about that, it's still not a great thing. But anyway, next thing to do is the rifle battle, which actually went way better than expected. As I decided for his first Pokemon, I would send out Weedle to try and poison it with some poison stings. However, it was faster during the first turn, and it got off something, if I'm being honest, I can't remember. I'm recording this way after playing. Yeah, professional YouTuber here, folks. But anyway, however, after one string shot from my Cascoon, we were actually faster than it somehow, and afterwards I would spam Poison Sting again and again until it would be poisoned. And after that, I would just use Harden, the Pokemon move, folks. The Pokemon move. I don't know why I went all like that. Yeah. Not another thing. I know what the internet has become. No. Anyway, I can use Harden to take less damage. For his Chimchar, however, I would send out King to basically do the same thing. However, this time, Chimchar got poisoned first turn, and we outsped, which I guess is expected since that King, the Beautifly, is a fully evolved Pokemon, so I should expect that. But anyway, it got poisoned first turn, and we like I said, we basically did the same things. I would spam Hardens every now and then to take some of the Chimchar scratches and all that. And when it was low health, I decided to finish off the fight with a Absorb. Well, I'm glad for the rifle fight went well, as I was, if I'm being honest, I was really worried about both of his team members. I am hoping that we have this sort of like the gym battle, because we're gonna need it. After a couple of trainer fights, I managed to get to the rock gym, which was great, and decided to take on the first gym trainer, where I sent out Weedle first to get some XP to try and evolve it, and then straight away sent out King to one-shot it with a Absorb. And luckily, it was enough XP to make Weedle evolve, so now we have 2 fully evolved Pokemon for the first gym fight. Unfortunately, we did not have much luck for the first attempt, but now I have a much better idea for this fight. During the second attempt, I had King out first this time, and used Absorb, which somehow crit it, and it made it go down. However, I don't think the crit was necessary, as it was 4 times weak to grass type moves anyway, so I think we would have been fine anyway. Then straight up next, he sent out his Onix, and I stayed in as King to use Absorb again, but his Onix did not attack, but instead used a potion. But with 2 more Absorbs, we took him down, we took the Onix down, but without taking any damage, which is great, as I want to save all of my health as much as possible for his last team member, which went down pretty easy, as I stayed in with King for the fight, and again just used Absorb. I was planning on sending in Weedle, however Craniodose only used Headbutt, which I'm pretty sure is the only move it knows anyway, and it didn't do as much as I thought, and since with Absorb we would heal up, so we did not need to use Weedle at all for this fight, and that gives us our first gym badge. I went straight ahead to the next town and defeated some Team Galaxy. I think that's what they're called. I hope I'm right, but I could be wrong. Grunts to obtain the Works Key, which allows me into the Valley Windworks. So I made my way over there and unlocked the door to face against a random Grunt, which only had a Zubat, which I dealt with pretty quickly with confusion from my Weedle, and then went straight into a battle with Commander Mars with a low health Weedle. This isn't a great start, but who knows, we might just win. She sent out Zubat first, which I used a couple of confusions on, but it did take me down to 5 HP thanks to her level up, but this isn't looking too good, unfortunately. She then sent out Perugly. If you don't know, this thing hits like a truck. This thing's fast and strong, but straight away it used Fake Out on Weedle, which ended up killing it, and then I sent out King to try out a couple of moves, which did not go too well, but I don't think I need to train for this fight just yet. We should probably give it another go, but this time with Weedle at full HP, then we will probably have a better chance. During the second attempt, we sent out Weedle again first, but this time it was fully healed, and we just did the same thing as last time. But now, we are left with 31 HP out of 44 HP, which is way better than last time. So much more happy about that. But then Commander Mars sent out Perugly next, which used Fake Out, but thanks to Weedle's ability, we can't be flinched. So we used the confusion and managed to make it confuse, which just gave us a better chance. And then Weedle used Poison Sting, which managed to poison it as well. What is going on? Is so Beautifly was good against Rock Gym, and now Weedle's good against Commander Mars. This is crazy. But we did get a scratch to the face. But Perugly hit itself and made it use its held item. But thanks to poison and it hitting itself, it just kept on going down. And then a confusion crit managed to make it go down. I hope that you enjoyed this little part 1 video for my Pokemon challenge. I thought I would try a little different format when to recording this and editing it, as all these parts were from about 2 hours of recording. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy, and let me know if you want a part 2. Bye!